Hello! Good morning! It is 5:14. It's 5:14 and today I'm going to be doing, I don't even know why I'm filming this. Today I'm going to be filming probably the most toxic video I've ever filmed. Yeah, huge disclaimer, okay? I have moved past a lot of my toxic traits. Like, now I'd rather just be at peace than toxic. I do not want my man, my family, my friends to think that I am this toxic, crazy person, okay? I didn't even do all of these things on the list that I'm gonna tell you guys, okay? Like I said, this is for my toxic people, okay? Okay. Clear the air. Clear the air. Do not follow any of my advice if you are in a healthy relationship. Do not do it, please. Please, I do not want to get blamed for something that I did condone, but I didn't at the same time because I'm putting a huge disclaimer. Okay, caution. Watch this video with caution. Why am I making this? These are diabolical ways to discover if your significant other is cheating. Here's the first scenario. This works especially well at nighttime, just because you'll be able to see clearer. But let's say you and your boyfriend or girlfriend take an Uber, or a friend is driving or whatever, blah, blah, blah. That's perfect. You just be like, no, babe, I'll take the back seat. Like, you can have the passenger seat, okay? So if someone else is driving besides him, that's perfect. Then he can sit in the she can sit in the passenger seat. And if they're on their phone, you can literally see everything that they're looking at. And 9 times out of 10, they're not going to think that you're looking at their phone, but you're gonna see it from the reflection right here. You know what I'm talking about? So you're gonna see it through there, and you're gonna be able to see everything that he's doing. I've done this in the past, and I've been seeing guys like zoom in on girls' booties. I haven't seen any text messages doing that, but I've definitely seen like cheater behavior, you know what I'm saying? So this one mainly works if you just met a guy, or it can be for if you're in a relationship too. Like, let's say he's about to go out somewhere or something like that. This is all you have to do is wear glitter. I mean, I'm not talking overboard, but I'm not talking a little bit either. Like, put a good amount on. Just like, if you're a hair glitter wearer girly, like that's perfect. Say you get in his car or touch his things and glitter might get on him, he might tweak out. And I mean, I understand that some people might not like glitter. Like, he might be like, ugh, like, I don't like glitter. But if he's like tweaking out of the fact that you're wearing glitter, if he's like, you are not getting inside of my car if you're wearing glitter, girl, that's a huge red flag. Huge red flag. These two are like, girl, this is for if you absolutely need the confirmation. This is if you absolutely are desperate for clarification, okay? You'll just leave items in the car like lipstick or a hairbrush or a stretchy, like things that you wouldn't necessarily wear, like things that you don't own, but then you blame them on him. Basically, you put shit in his car and then you're like, whose is this? Whose is this? And see if he'll confess to anything. This next one is you're gonna pull the mirror down like on the front seat of the car, and you're gonna open the mirror and see if there are any like lipstick marks or anything like that, like mascara marks, any makeup. If you're really toxic, you're gonna smear it on yourself and then blame him. Be like, whose is this? Do this at your own risk, okay? Because if you aren't 100% sure he's cheating, this could absolutely backfire, and it might make you look worse in this situation. This other one is super easy. It's literally like letting someone else project to you, so just let them talk. Literally, people will tell on themselves. People will tell on themselves. If they start accusing you of things, or let's say something will just slip up, like girl, you gotta stay quiet sometimes. Like, I'm kind of a quiet person. I'm an observer, so I don't talk a lot, but I think a lot, and I'm very aware that way. But yeah, you literally just let him talk, and potentially he could tell on himself. Like, timestamps might not add up, text messages that he said might not add up. Like, let's say he was at a certain place and it might not add up. Like, you just pay attention. Like, literally zip your lips. Zip your lips and let him talk. Just let him project and say what he has to say. Unless you are guilty of doing something. Like, let's say you are cheating and he's kind of suspicious of that. And so he does say something like, are you cheating on me? That might be projection, but it's like, if you're doing it, then you're doing it. That's not really projection, you know what I'm saying? So if you're 100% innocent and you're not doing anything behind his back, and he just starts accusing you, definitely look out for that. The next one is just start leaving stuff at his house. Like, if he's weird about you leaving certain things at his house, I would be wary of that. Or if he's totally fine with you leaving stuff at his house, like, leave a hairbrush there, leave your shampoo at his place, like, put stuff in his car. Be like a dog, how it marks its territory. Mark his house, okay? Like, I'm not saying you have to go overboard, because that's kind of like, girl, like, but I'm saying, like, do a few things here and there. So if any other girl or guy were to potentially hop in their car, then they can be like, what is this? Like, do you have a girl? Blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? This is the worst one. This is absolutely the... If you're doing this, if you are doing this, no, why do you even have this thought? I've never done this ever. I don't even know if I feel comfortable saying this out loud. Girls or gents, ladies or gents, this is what you're gonna do. Don't do this if you're in a healthy relation. Okay, I said my P's and Q's. Okay, so let's say that your anniversary's coming up, or Christmas, or somebody's birthday, either yours or his or the girl's birthday, any type of holiday, basically. Really special events. Let's say your boyfriend is graduating from college. Like, okay, this is what you're gonna do. You are going to make a gift. You're gonna make a gift. So what you're gonna do is you're going to take, I mean, you could do this with just one picture frame, but it's better and more convenient if you have several different picture frames. So what I would advise you to do, that sounds so bad, what I would advise you to do is find like 5 photos, like selfies of you and him that you really like, or maybe there's 1 or 2 of just you. You're gonna print them out, put them in picture frames, and let's say it's their birthday. You're gonna be like, babe, like, happy birthday, I got you a gift. And he's gonna open it, and it's gonna be picture frames of you two, and you're gonna be like, okay, let me, like, help you hang them up. Like, let's go hang them up in your room or set them on dressers and stuff. Okay, so you're gonna set them up in his room. Or somewhere, like the living room, somewhere like that's very obviously noticeable. Okay, it could be in the kitchen, like just somewhere where it's like dead stare, basically right in front of you. And you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, don't you love them? Like, they're amazing. Okay, then what you're gonna do is you're going to, obviously don't do this in front of them, but you're gonna take like a few pieces of hair, like however many picture frames you got. Also, I want to add the fact that this works better if the person is messy. Like, if your significant other is very clean, this most likely won't work and you'll just look stupid. But if your significant other cleans stuff like once a week, once a month, it will probably work really well for you. Or if they never clean, that's even better. If they're very sanitary, like, I don't want any dust on anything, this is not the option for you, okay? But like I said, you're gonna take a few strands of hair, okay, for each of the picture frames, however many you decide, and you are going to lightly attach the pieces of hair. And by this I mean, let's say that you put a couple picture frames up on the wall, like you nailed it in or something. You are going to stick the hair behind the frame and then put the frame back on the wall, like so it holds, just so that it stays, but not like too tight. Does that make sense? For the ones, if you put any on a dresser or on a countertop, you're gonna put the hair underneath the picture frame. And you don't want to make this super obvious, like a long strand of hair. But yeah, anyway, you're gonna set hair on all of them, around all of them, okay? And wait maybe a day, depending on what you're feeling, maybe a week. Who knows, maybe even a month, like just depending on what you're feeling. You're gonna go in his room or wherever you set the picture frames and you're gonna lift him up and see if the hair is still there. This is best for like 3 days, I'd say. I feel like 3 days is good. Make sure he just cleaned as well. Like, make sure it hadn't been a few months and he hadn't touched a single thing, okay? Like, make sure that you're on top of your shit, or else you're not gonna figure anything out, okay? But anyway, you're gonna lift up the picture frames and see if the hair is gone. And if the hair is gone, then that means that he obviously had to pick them up and take them somewhere else. The reason why I say this is because if he invited someone over, he's most likely, well, I'd hope more than likely, unless she knows about you too, is he's gonna hide the picture frames. Like, he's gonna put them in his closet, he's gonna throw them in his car, wherever he feels like he's not gonna keep them out, okay? So let's say that you set up the picture frames, everything, put the hair underneath, you come back, they're all gone, okay? Even the ones on the wall, because, okay, when you dust, you don't like go vigorously, I feel like. Maybe some people do, but I feel like you just do a very light and especially if he just cleaned, it shouldn't have to be that serious, you know what I'm saying? So if you take that off of the wall and the hair that was hugging the picture and the wall is gone, girl, this is why I say to get multiple of them, just so that it makes more sense. But anyway, yeah, you're gonna check and see if they are missing. And if the hairs are missing, you're definitely going to start suspecting some things, you know. And if you want even more clarification, put more hair underneath each one. And then wait like a couple more days or maybe the next night. Like I said again, if you know that your significant other's cheating, they most likely are. The best option is to leave, but like I said, this is for toxic people only. I hope that all made sense. But yeah, that is a very strategic and well-played way to find out if your significant other is cheating. Okay, this next one. Check his receipts. Check his receipts. Let's say he went out with his homeboys. Let's say he went out to dinner with some coworkers. When he gets home, you can do it in front of him, behind, like whatever you prefer, but just check his receipts and see where they're to and like what he paid for. Okay, that's a huge teller. That is a huge teller right there. And also I want to add in the fact, not only check his receipts at home, but also when you're out at a restaurant with him. I recently just heard this too. This tactic too. When you're at a restaurant with him, before you guys leave, let's say he paid and everything, check that receipt. Because I just saw a video of a girl, she was a waitress, she was waiting this table of a couple, and they left and she checked the receipt, and on the receipt it had his number, and he said something along the lines of like, hey, you're cute, like text me, blah blah blah. Yes, in the restaurant, like literally right in front of his girlfriend, but behind her back at the same time. So like, before you guys head out, make sure you check that receipt, because he might be doing something cray-cray on there. You never know. This next one is like, then again, if you're like almost 100% certain that he's cheating, what you're gonna do is, you don't need to do anything, actually. You don't need to do all this crazy bullshit and hurt your heart even more. All you have to do is look at him and be like, I know what you did. That's all. That's literally all you have to do. You have to be like, I know what you did. So what are you gonna tell me? You don't even have to know anything about what he did. Okay, you don't have to check anything. Like I said, you don't have to know anything. All you have to do is you have to say, I know what you did So I would love to hear it firsthand. Like, are you gonna tell me? Or like, what's going on here? And then just watch everything unfold. Just watch everything unfold. And then once he tells you one thing and he's crying, or maybe he needs a tissue or something, just be like, okay, what else? What else? That's literally all you have to do, and watch him slowly freak out and start to unfold more and more details about what he's done behind your back. I've heard it works like a charm, so yeah. I think a lot of people have heard about this one, but if he claims that he has never made an OF account, if he's like, oh, I would never do that, that's disgusting, that's weird, right? What you do is you go on OF and you type in his email, and if his email pops up as this email has already been used or whatever, then you can clearly know that he's lying. So yeah, there's another big one. Okay, this next one, it's gonna sound weird, but check his recent emojis. Check his recent emojis, okay? Because let's say that he sends you specific ones, or maybe he uses certain ones, and then there's like a little like water emoji there, or like a little cucumber, or like a drool thing, like ones that I mean, I'm not saying those aren't ones that he doesn't use, but like ones that your significant other doesn't use, you can start taking that into consideration, being like, he never sends me these. Who is he sending these emojis to? You know what I'm saying? This next one, I feel like this is kind of how I work now, except for I hate going through phones. Like, I would puke if I went through another phone. I puke even looking at another man's phone screen when it's turned on. I'm just so scared of seeing something I don't want to see, so I literally hate looking at it. But anyway, you're gonna act like everything's fine, like 4 months. If there are clear signs of him like being shady or weird, you're just gonna act totally normal. You're never gonna let him know that you suspect anything is wrong until one day, like, I don't even know if I could do this, honestly, but you're just gonna start looking through his phone one day randomly, like out of the blue, and just see his reaction. Before that, you're gonna give him no reaction, like absolutely no reaction to anything he's doing online. You're just gonna be like, like, no matter what it is, you're not gonna act really interested, or you're not gonna act super concerned. And then one day, let's say he hands you his phone, or maybe one day you guys are tanning and bored, you're just gonna start going through his phone, like randomly, and just see how he reacts. See his reaction, girl. This one's probably the easiest one out of them all. It's also the most nerve-wracking, just because you are able to look at anything that you want to, more than likely. What you're gonna do is you're gonna go to a party, or you're gonna hang out with him one-on-one, it doesn't really matter, but basically you're gonna get him blacked out drunk as possible, like not in a weird way. I do not mean that as like a weird way, but yeah, you're gonna wait till he's super fucked up, and like till he like needs to go to bed, like he's asleep and drunk, okay? You go through that phone. That's literally the most harmless way to go through his phone, is waiting till he's drunk and he's just not aware of anything and he just needs to go to sleep. Just go through his phone. He will not bother you. And that's pretty much the end of the video. Last piece of advice I would give to you is, if he has Face ID on everything, which first of all, that's like the biggest red flag. Like if he has a password or Face ID on all of his apps, that's definitely a red flag. But anyway, if you want to check those and you're like, oh, I don't know how to, but I'm pretty sure a lot of people know this already, you are going to take a live photo of his face and you're going to use that video for the Face ID to go through his phone. So in reality, it's kind of pointless to do that, because it's going to make you look like even more of a cheater, or that you're hiding something, at least. Maybe not necessarily that you're a cheater, but definitely that you're hiding something. Psych, you can still go through it. I got you guys. I got your guys' back. But Anyway, yeah, I think those are all of my options. Diabolical reasons. What? Those are the diabolical ways to find out if your man is cheating on you. Then again, please don't take any of this advice unless you're like 99.9% sure that they're cheating. Okay, do not take this advice if you are in a healthy relationship with your boyfriend or girlfriend or significant other, whoever. Do not follow these. Please do not follow these. I do not want to feel like a piece of shit if someone comes back commenting on this video like, girl, I looked through his phone and we were fighting all night and I didn't find anything. Like, bro, I do not need any of that. I do not need any of that. Like I said before, like, this is how I operate now, is if I just have a weird feeling, I'm gonna start listening. Like I said before too, I'm a listener. I take a lot of words and things into consideration, a lot of actions into my brain, and I slowly like start to recognize a pattern or stuff like that. But yeah, the healthiest option would be to listen, and if you find out, just leave. Don't sit there trying to fix something, because if they are cheating on you, they're more than likely 100% going to do it again. And especially if they're a serial cheater, especially if they've done it in the past, they're like, it's just who they are. And I also want to add on the fact too that if someone does cheat on you, just know that it is not your fault, because that person clearly has issues. Whether that's a mental issue, emotional issues, whether that's a problem with lust, which is super common nowadays. I just want to tell you guys that if someone lusts over other people, it's a them problem. Like, they're never going to be satisfied. People who are lustful are never, ever, ever, ever satisfied. So don't think that you're the problem. They are clearly the problem. Please don't get insecure and in your feels, because at the end of the day, there's no changing them. They're gonna do it on the next person, just like they've done with the last people. Like, it is who they are, who they are. Take this video as you must. Thank you guys so much for watching, and good luck with your guys' relationships. And yeah, just stay positive, and just know if someone cheats on you over and over again, you're most likely not the problem. And if you are the problem, then yeah, you guys should just split up. I'm not a therapist, guys. I don't think therapists can even tell other people to break up. I don't even think that's legal necessarily, but okay. Anyway, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe to me and to this video. And I will see you in the next video. Good night.